Right, welcome back to Bloodstock 2017, and I've been kindly joined by Emilio from Possessed. And you're not that long come off the main stage, really. Only an hour or so, a couple of hours maybe tops. Get the obvious question out of the way, but how did it go from your perspective?
Amazing, amazing. Truth is, we didn't get much sleep, and when you look at the crowd and they're just waiting, it brings the energy right on stage. So we just feel it. You feed off the fans, really. It was amazing. They loved it. We loved it, and of course, all the other bands that follow, like Obituary. Oh fuck, we're just so happy to be here.
And are you a fan of the daytime slots, or doesn't it differ much really?
Oh, I don't. Team player. Wherever we'll play wherever the time is right and the slot is right, and if Jeff's down for it, we're down. So truth is, we're not rock star assholes. We'll do whatever that's good for the band, and whether if it's in the morning or late at night, we don't give a shit. I mean, truth is, we just played walking at around, like, I think first band 12, and it was amazing. So yes, we don't care what time we play as long as we play, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you tailor your set for a festival? Because is it slightly shorter time-wise than you?
Well, of course.
For a headline show?
Festivals are always a little tight, so we have to shorten up the set. But it's okay. Next song. Try to get them all in before they say, get off stage, quiet, get off, before they pull the hook. And we have to be respectful.
Yeah. And
for the next band.
You've never really been a band that sort of goes into talking for 10 minutes between a song, have you, anyway? So you can sort of crack on, as you say, boom, boom, boom.
Well, Jeff has a tendency to kind of feel what, for example, some songs he'll just go right into it. Other songs he'll say a little explanation of the song, and if the fans are kind of into it, he'll interact with them. So, I mean, he's the kind of guy that really likes to interact with a crowd, so it's hard to interact with Japan, for example. We play, and then right after we play the song, they're quiet, and we're like, fuck, did we do wrong? But at the end of the set, they're like cheering for 10 minutes straight. So, of course, it's geographic, has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And we'll just go with the flow, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you're on a bit of a punishing schedule now, European festival-wise. You mentioned Wacken there. You've also done Brutal Assault and Summer Breeze, I think, to name a few. How do you keep the energy levels, or are you used to it now?
Well, I mean, for me, I like to hit hard, play hard, and just go off, almost like I'm fighting. I just hit the drums like if I want to beat someone's ass. I don't like to play little soft and baby taps. Some drummers have to deal with triggers all the time, and no, I do use a little triggers here and there, but it's mainly acoustic, like a 70% acoustic and 30% trigger. But for the most part, I want to fucking go off, for the fans. They pay the money, and I want to go off with them.
Is that a drummer mentality, if you like? Because you are a different breed, let's be honest.
There's everybody has their own style, which is great. My style is just more like an animal. I hit like a fucking beast.
And that's always been your way.
It's always been my way since I was a kid. Kind of like Tommy Aldridge. Some people tell me, slow down. You need to hit even. Keep it even, like engineers. And, I take their info. But when looking at the crowd and feeling it, it's hard to just, tap like a ballerina. It ain't going to happen, especially in metal.
You mentioned Tommy there. I mean, who were your guiding lights, if you like, when you started?
Okay, grind. There's Pete Sandoval. For thrash, Igor Sepultura. For just straight out metal and more like in the realm of mainstream, you got Lombardo. For kind of like thrash and punk rock, I like Felix from DRI. So, and then of course, I love Rush. What am I saying? Neil Peart. So, and then of course there's Tool, the drummer of Tool. So I like a lot of different types of music. I'm not one of those guys that keep their
the blinkers.
be in a bubble.
Yeah.
No, you got to think outside of the pocket. But if you can play a little of this, a little of that, and correlate it in the style that you play, it really helps to write music.
Yeah, cool. They're all excited now because you're with Nuclear Blast now.
Yes.
New album in the pipeline.
Yes.
Which has got a hell of a lot of people talking, and rightly so. What stage are we at with that, Emilio, now in terms of release and things like that?
Well, we want to get the album out by summer of next year. We are looking to be at that schedule because truth is we got about maybe I'd say about 13 songs already done, but we want to maybe have about 20 songs and then pick the best. Collaboration with Nuclear Blast and of course with Jeff. Whatever they feel that is best, we'll put a package together, and then hopefully, once that album comes out, boom, we have ready for the next, because we want to just keep writing. That's our main goal. Yeah. So yeah, summer of next year.
Excellent. And you mentioned there that you're sort of aiming to have an overflow of tracks, if you like. Are you the kind of guys that'll perhaps keep those in a locker and go back to them, and if they don't make the final cut, is what I'm trying to say?
Well, in writing, it's like a puzzle. You put all the pieces on the table and pick what's best, and then of course keep writing. So there's times that a new song might do better with an old song, and next thing you know, you're grabbing pieces from old song, kind of like a puzzle. So yeah, you never shaft songs unless it's really not possessed. So we want to keep the songs, keep them on the table, and then if they don't work, we'll always regenerate, bring it into a new song. So yeah, we want to have a lot of material. Yeah, never shaft.
And what I was fascinated about, do you write with, say, you think of a song and then you'll say, how's that going to sound live on stage? Are you that kind of guys when you're writing? Because an album song might not necessarily transfer to the stage.
Yeah. So in other words, we want to paint ourselves on in a black box, be behind the 8 ball. I mean, if we cannot play it live, why do it on the record? We are not fucking posers. So we have to do our homework. If you want to be pro, you got to keep your chops up. So truth is, this song's if it's too hard, then I need to practice and make sure I can play it live. Yeah. So that's what our goal is to do it to where we can physically play it live and not cheat the fans.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you again, because you're so committed in everything that you do. But do you find it necessary sometimes to switch off from music? Again, what's a perfect chill out day for Emilio? Or can you switch off from music?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a killer day job, and my whole thing is almost a suit and tie. So people don't understand that I got my suit and tie job, and then I go do death metal, and then really my whole thrive is vacation with the family. I'm married, I got my kids, beautiful wife, and I just love to travel with them and try to put money in the bank for them, because it's all about them, not about me. But yeah, I mean, traveling is very important for the soul, and to get out and to enjoy life. Like my wife says, enjoy your life.
Yeah, absolutely. But you say traveling, but traveling with a band, you're not going to see much, are you?
Well, yeah, because like I'm in this country one day, I'm in that country the next, so I don't get a chance to actually see it. Sometimes I'll have a 3-day, band will have like a 3-day off in Thailand, for example. And that was amazing because we actually saw the culture, smelt it, touched it, feel it. It was amazing to see, touch an elephant and check out some of the not the pyramids, but some of the old structures, the history. Yeah. So I mean, seeing cultures and smelling it and touching it, you don't really see it being on tour.
Yeah.
And that sucks. So it kind of gives me an idea. It's like, hey, you know what? I need to come back here because I really want to find out all this, certain spots.
But doesn't that show as well how music can bridge the gap between cultures? Because if you're out in somewhere like Thailand playing, then obviously there's a demand for the metal scene, isn't there? So it just
metal really brings people together. So I mean, you could be in different cultures, and at the end of the day, you're sharing this feeling like brotherhoods, like sisterhood and brotherhood of music. You can't explain it, because if you're not a metalhead, You just don't know. You know? You know, like we're brothers. We just met each other. What's up, fucker? All right, man.
Well, it's so cool to have you back over here. And it's, well, I think when Possessed got announced for Bloodstock, it was like sharp intake of breath time, you know? Because everyone knew what they were going to get in certain respects, but we were all so excited to see it, you know? So,
No, thank you for those words.
yeah,
Right.
no problem. And well, just to say finally, Emilio, I mean, good luck for the future, and we'll be waiting with bated breath for the new album next year. And for everyone listening, obviously follow the band via Nuclear Blast and all the relevant social media pages, etc. But thanks for your time.
Oh, hey, thank you, brother.